Hey guys, my name is Aaron and thank you again for joining me today at the French River Homestead. I'm actually over at my stepmom's today, but I'm super glad you guys could be here because I probably need your help. So I'm sitting here on my dad's old John Deere 1010 crawler tractor. My dad passed away a couple years ago and he left behind this tractor for me. The only problem is I don't know much about it. He bought it, I think, 27 years ago when he was building his house. So he used it for the driveway, for clearing land, putting in trails, and then it just kind of sat for a while. I think the last time it was running was probably 10 or 15 years ago. My stepmom is planning on selling her house, so I got to get this thing out here within the next month or so. So I've been working on it a little bit. Let me show you what I got so far. So just to take you around a little bit, I've got the bucket here. It's a crawler tractor, so it's on metal tracks. It's kind of a smaller tractor, but it worked awesome for him when he was clearing his trails. So that's kind of what I intend to use it for. We're hoping to get this out of here and over to our land and, well, as soon as we can. So to complicate things, it's got the loader arms on it, so I can't really access a lot of the mechanical components, and I don't know much about diesel equipment, so I'm kind of learning this as I go. I do have the manuals. I purchased those online. And to complicate things even further, it's been really cold, so a lot of the stuff, the diesel's gelled up. It's, everything's just cold. It's frozen. So I put some fresh fuel in there. I took off, there's one fuel line here that goes down to the first stage filter right down there, and that tees off right here. This goes over to the injector pump, and then there's another fuel line from the tank. If you can see right back there, there's the valve that comes down to the second stage filter right here. So I did take the filters out of the chamber and I replaced those. I took all three of these fuel lines off and I blew those out. So I have fuel. I read in the manual you're supposed to bleed out the fuel system and get the air out of the system after you change the filters. So I did that. There's these two bleeders here for the first and second stage filters. And I bled both those out so you can see some diesel coming out there. So I know that my filter chamber is full. Next up, I had to crack the injector heads, and then if I turn it over, I should be getting fuel coming out these injector heads because I cracked these open, so that should exhaust the air out of the system and get fuel up to the injector heads. So I'm going to try that next, but I also want to show you, I was working on the air filter, but I cannot get this off. It is frozen on there, so that might have something to do with it. And you can see underneath here, there's all kinds of different wires and stuff that's disconnected, so I'm not 100% certain what those are all for. This tractor is buried in snow, so it's hard for me to diagnose anything. I've got the manuals, but it's not super helpful. And then in here is the injector pump. So I'm going to try to turn it over and see if I have fuel coming out the injector heads. If not, I'm going to crack them at the injector pump and see if I have fuel there. And then I can kind of work backwards. So let me take care of that. We'll see what happens. Okay, so sitting in the operator seat, we got our throttle control, steering left and right. This is the reverser. It supposedly it changes between forward and reverse without having the clutch. I'm not sure how that works yet. Clutch is on the left. Brake is on the right. That's locked on. There's supposed to be a pin down here for releasing it, but I haven't been able to find it or see how it works. So let's see how that goes. Fuel kill switch, primer, and the ignition key, and the shift knob here. So it's in neutral. Got nice little instructions here. Throttle goes all the way up and then down to half. Clutch engaged, and then I'm I'm going to preheat the glow plugs. It says on here on the instrument panel, let's see here, it is about 15 degrees, so it should take 30 seconds, but in the manual it says 2 to 3 minutes, so I'm gonna let it go for a while and see what happens. Alright guys, so not the result that I was looking for, but made some progress. I went to turn it over to see if I was getting fuel to the injector heads. Injector heads are still dry, so I don't have any fuel to the injector heads. But then what happened was I had a problem with my electric system, so I think my new battery is dead. It's either that or I've got this you can see this wire here is totally frayed, so there's a good chance that there's just too much resistance, and it's actually, I mean, you can see it's coming apart, and that runs up to here. Now forgive my ignorance, but the manual says this is the generator for the battery, but I've been looking all over the place and I don't know where the starter is. It might be buried in the snow on the other side, so I don't know if that's the starter or the generator, but either way, that's where it runs to. So I think I'm going to replace that wire. I did make some progress. First of all, I got the hood off so I can actually see what I'm doing. That makes a world of difference. I wish I could have done that a month ago. But I cracked this fuel line back there. You can see it's got some diesel. So I know I have diesel going to the injection pump. And I actually cracked that bleeder valve right. Let's see if I can hold this bleeder valve here. And I have diesel fuel in my injector pump. So it's just not getting from there to the injector heads. So I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to replace that wire, and I might take off these 4 lines coming from the injector pump to the injector heads and blow them out, see if there's any gelled up diesel in there that could be causing some sort of blockage. So that's my plan. Still not running, but if you guys have any questions or comments or helpful advice, please let me know in the comment section below. I've been working on this thing for about a month now, and I am almost at my wit's end. I took and moved the battery back under the seat where it's supposed to go, but yeah, like I said, I've got a little over a month left to get it out of here, so I have to get it running. I'm going to do a full overhaul once I get it back to our property. I just need to get it on a trailer right now. So if you guys have any advice or tips, comments, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't considered subscribing, I would encourage you to do so now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Hopefully I'll get this thing running pretty quick. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.